everyone, thanks for coming. It's about MGMT 5912 culture bullet. As the world's third largest economy, Japan's foreign exchange has always been an important position. Japan's GDP is among the highest in the world and it is the second largest economy in Asia. And Japan's largest cross-exchange relation with countries and regions around the world. Manufacturing has been the most significant factor of Japan's economic growth. These industries are competitive in the global market and drive Japan's economic growth. The Japanese value are to think of others, not to give up, to respect elders, and to work as a team. The citizens and partisans are the two major regions. Japanese culture places a high value on harmony, respect, and cultivations. The interests of the team are often prioritized over the desires of the individual. This value is reflected in the Japanese strong sense of family and social responsibility. Japan has a personal, enthusiastic approach to life. Japan has an open-minded approach to life. In fact, Japanese take their work, education, and social interactions extremely seriously and responsibly. Japan has a strong sense of reverence of nature, and many Japanese companies have taken a steady stand towards sustainable development and environmental protection. In Japan, social norms including respect for others, maintenance of harmony, and observance of public order. Japan is very sensitive to time. This means that you have to be on time for both work or private occasions. These norms are expressed through strict etiquette and video. Japan is still a strategic male-dominated society. They believe that the man can behave professionally in business and social situations. Japan's official language is Japanese, and English is widely used as a language of communicated in international business. In terms of communication style, it is generally indirect communicated, and they rarely address each other directly. They usually make the other party understand by hints and silence, and Japanese pursues harmonious relationships, so they avoid direct conflict when negotiation. About body language, they will gently nod their hand to show that they are listening to the other party, and brow is an important form of non-verbal communication in Japan. The Japanese prefer to work as a team member rather than alone. Japan has strict attention to detail. At the first meeting, the Japanese will exchange business cards with both hands, and before entering into a formal negotiation, the Japanese carefully prepare for the meeting. These include detailed research and analysis of the background, objectives, and possible strategies of negotiating partners. Japanese companies tend to consider long-term benefits rather than immediate return in their decision-making. Also, Japan has a very strict hierarchy system. Only senior management can pass judgment on final decision. This bottom-up approach to decision-making. When internal disagreements are encountered, the Japanese usually have a stable unit of consensus in its research. Factors affecting negotiation. First, table culture. In Japan, business dinners are very common. They believe that this is helpful in dependent business opportunity. Therefore, at the dinner table, before may get to know each other, and then special business detail will be discussed in a more formal meeting, and then person is morally understand in Japan as a way to show respect and friendship. Second, long-term relationship. Japanese culture emphasizes the importance of harmony and consensus. The Japanese tend to look for a solution that is acceptable to all parties involved. This approach helps build trust and respect between the parties and lay the foundation for long-term cooperation. Japanese business negotiation does not only focus on one-time gratification results, but also value the establishment and maintenance of long-term cooperation relationships. Japan will show more flexible and willingness to cooperate. During its detail, Japanese don't like to have sudden surprise in the time, so as far as possible, at least 3 weeks in advance to arrange the meeting, and they attach great importance to the detail of the contract. The Japanese want to include many special terms and conditions in the agreement and contracts, and purpose is to ensure that the business process will not to be affected later. The agreement needs to be confirmed in writing at the end of the meeting. The cross-cultural accession plan 1. They will have an informal meeting before the negotiation because the Japanese want to have a process of getting to know each other. In addition, the Japanese will carefully prepare for the meeting to ensure that it can be carried out smoothly. The Japanese have a high-power distance and need to report to the top leadership when making final decisions. They are creativity country that focus on teamwork. They want the team to reach consensus in business meetings. They hope to reach a long-term partnership in the negotiation. In a high-contact culture, they don't just say no to each other's requests. They will express their rejection indirectly in other ways. They tend to avoid conflict by non-verbal communication such as silence. When conflict arises, they adopt a conciliatory approach to preserve the cooperative relationship. They hope to build a strong relationship and working with as many stakeholders as possible. A cross-cultural accession plan 2, we should have a deep understanding of Japanese culture as the base of the especially good relation with Japan. We could invite the Japanese negotiator for informal meeting, increase the trust, and we should emphasize importance for long partnership and be careful about the detail of each meeting. We should actively communicate with each other so that the Japanese negotiator can express their choice idea, and we need to patient enough to let them make the final decision. We should pay attention to the detail of the agreement and contract during the negotiation. We should use emphasis if there is a disagreement in the negotiation, and we should try to find a balance between the interests of both sides. When negotiation conflicts, offer appropriate concession without affecting the interests of both partners. In conclusion, the purpose of negotiating with Japan is necessary to respect its cultural background and a high-content country. Japan usually employs its idea through indirect communication. Japan's negotiating peace is slower and has a high power distance. Japan seems to build long-term partnership. They show consideration for the long-term interests of their partner.